What's good? Welcome to the first episode. I don't know if it's going to be episodes of Mental Health Mondaze. It's a new thing I'm going to try to do every Monday to kind of like share how my own journey with mental health is going, where I'm at in life currently for anyone who's interested. I'd really like to maybe develop this into a long form podcast situation, but that'll be in the future a little. I literally hate that I'm doing this so much because I fucking hate myself and I feel so corny, but I also think it could be a really awesome thing. I know that every time I've posted about having mental health struggles, it's the most interaction I get on social media, which to me means that more people are suffering than we tend to think, and misery loves company. So I'm hoping that in the comments we can get a running dialogue going, maybe a group chat type situation, to encourage each other and be transparent about our own struggles so that we can all grow and learn from each other. I know firsthand how expensive good therapy can be, and this certainly should not be a replacement for real therapy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I think it's super helpful to know other people are going through shit too, and just bouncing shit off of each other I think could be super big. I hate the term safe space, but I'm hoping maybe this whole thing can harbor an environment where people can be more transparent with the world, but also with themselves, most importantly, about their own mental health struggles. There's literally no reason why you should feel weird or lame or nervous or corny, to be honest, that you're going through it. It's funny because I'm saying that because I wrote it down on this thing, but I feel lame and corny for saying shit. But at the same time, it kind of fucks with me when I get messages after I say something about it and people are like, you're brave for doing it. Why is it brave? I'm literally just telling you how I feel. Why are we so programmed to keep in how we feel? I mean, I know I'm going off on a tangent. I have all these things I want to say, but especially for women have it harder on a day-to-day basis, but for men with mental health struggles, I feel there's such a stigma of being weak, or being a bitch, or being called a pussy. That's what we were always called growing up if you didn't just tough it up and suck it up. And I think that's a fucking huge problem, and it's a huge problem in how society is shaped today now because of kind of how we've been programmed to react to what we know is not right upstairs. Anyways, back to my notes. So I guess I'll just try to start off each week giving a little update on how I've been doing, and if I've seen any interesting articles or studies and shit, which I haven't because I haven't looked into it at all yet. So if you have anything, if you want to send it to me, that would be awesome. I'd like to share stuff with each other and just go from there. And if and when people feel more comfortable that this is what I wrote, that a complete loser idiot like me is talking about this kind of stuff, hoping maybe people will start sending questions or stories of their own, and I can I don't fucking know. I'm talking to myself right now anyway, but whatever. If you want to do that, that'd be cool. We could open it up a little more than just me. So ironically enough, I had been feeling really good for months and months, and when I had the idea to start doing this a while ago, but I've been busy moving and finishing the new EP and all that, so it kind of got pushed back, starting to do this. But in all that time, I guess it's perfect time to do this, but I wanted to start it when I was in a really good frame of mind. But lately my mental health has been complete shit, and it's just really declined. It's been a really tough month or so, and a lot of things have changed, a lot of shit has happened, so I know that's part of it. I just moved, so big changes there. A lot of personal relationships of mine have been in a weird place recently. A lot of really difficult family issues have been taking place, and then on top of all that, I just started weaning off of Zoloft, the SSRI that I've been prescribed for a decade. So the only withdrawal symptoms I ever used to feel were these weird electrical impulses through my body, and that was only if I missed a dose or something. It wasn't because I was taking less, or it wasn't a sustained thing. But now that I've been slowly taking less milligrams and shit, I could totally feel my frame of mind shifting, which sucks. But I do think it's a combination of all those things. It's not just the medication, it's not just the changes and shit. But I definitely have felt my thoughts trending way more negative than they had been. and like, not to get awkward or weird, but I attempted suicide very quietly once in high school after my dad died and my mom had just been fired due to like struggles with her addiction, and I just didn't really see a way out of like this endless, impossible hole. So I thought at the time I was fucking 16 or 17. Not to say that, I don't know. And I never considered hurting myself ever again since then. Like, I joke about it constantly because I have a super dark sense of humor. But I think in general, I've gotten to like a really solid place where I know that it's a horrible option and that any problem I have is temporary. Therefore, a permanent solution like that is completely out of the question. So when I mentioned that my overall thoughts have been a lot more negative and dark, I don't mean in a suicidal way. I more mean that my overall outlook on things has been super bleak. Like, I've been much quicker to react angrily to things that never usually bother me. I'm actually typically like a super chill, super go with the flow, like this too shall pass type of guy. Like, if it's not going to kill me, why would I give it any unnecessary time into worrying about it, you know? And that's typically the most helpful coping mechanism for me. Like, we all view the world very differently. But for me, it always helps to take a deep breath and remember just how small I am in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of the universe. And like, my life and my problems are the tiniest blip on the radar of time. Here today, gone tomorrow, millions before me, millions after me, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, that whole kind of theme of thought. And that's not to say that my worries and issues and concerns aren't valid, because they are. They're not legitimate. They are legitimate. But for me, it's always helpful to keep things in perspective. Like, overall, I'm so blessed and so lucky compared to most people. I have a home, I have food, I have water, I have people around me that love and care for me. I have a wonderful family. I have plenty of passions in my life that make life worth living. So at the end of the day, it's like when I'm feeling like shit or super anxious or super depressed, reminding myself of this always like seems to help and like bring me back to the center. Breathe. The moment when I feel out of my body, or that I'm viewing my life and my actions from a third person point of view, because depersonalization is the mental health disorder that I suffer from, the best way to snap myself out of it is to like stop everything, take a deep breath, focus breathing for a few minutes, try to use all my senses, like smell something, see something, feel something, hear something, taste something, even if it's just your mouth. Like, acknowledge that you're in this moment. Remind myself that I'm not literally going to keel over and die from this feeling. I got to remind myself that I'm in control of my body and I'm in control of my mind, and I do have some sense of power and influence over my future. And there are things that I can't change, and there's things that I can. There's no use in worrying about the things that I can't control. And anytime I'm spending on that stuff and I'm not focused on the moment and being happy in each moment is a complete total waste of fucking time, that I am blessed enough to be alive. So at the end of the day, it's all going to work out. Maybe not the way we thought or the way we planned, but it will be the way it's supposed to be, because it always has been and it always will be. So I thank you for listening this long, if you're still fucking listening for some reason. And I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. Dude, I like made all these notes, and that's why I've been looking at the screen this whole time. And I realize now that this whole thing might be trash because I'm facing this way. And it might be super obvious that I'm reading, not to mention I've acknowledged it, because I can't help but acknowledge something I view awkward. I'm in a room by myself and I still feel awkward. Anyways, thank you for listening. I'm pretty excited to see where this could go. And if nothing else, I think it'll be super helpful for me to keep track of how I'm feeling and how I'm doing. And I really hope it could even help one person out, and just to know that you're not alone. So again, thank you for listening. I got to remember that I got this. You got to remember that you got this. And if not, we got this. We're here for each other. So Humania EP coming soon. Thank you for listening.